Give to Barrett. Cut back over the middle of the 25 to the 20. Breaks a tackle to the 15. Stops, starts 10-5. Touchdown Lions. Holy mackerel.
Throws, end zone. It is caught. What a play back there in the back of the end zone by T.J. Hockenson.
You're listening to the One Pridecast. Welcome into the One Pridecast. Dannie Rogers here with none other than DetroitLions.com writer Mike O'Hara. We're talking Week 6, Bengals, Joe Burrow. They're coming to town, and they are coming off a heartbreaking loss like the Lions just did.
A heartbreaking loss?
Yeah.
Someone else has had one? Pardon me for interrupting, by the way.
Right, and everyone's like, I don't know. Every time someone loses a ball game now, like say they were up by 20 and gave the lead, they're like, oh, they had a heartbreaking Detroit loss. And it's like, well, the Lions haven't led in the first half, I don't believe, of any of the 5 games. So that would
just
not
Green
be
Bay.
accurate.
Just Green Bay.
Okay, yeah. This is true. Was that a heartbreaker, though, you know?
That wasn't a heartbreaker.
No, not no. By the second half, I think
You asked me, am I a heartbreaker or was that a heartbreaker?
Are you a heartbreaker, Mike?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. This is true. All right. Okay. So my point is, not every loss a team has is a Lions heartbreaking loss. Only the Lions know what that feels like.
No, I'd agree with that, but I would say the two against the Ravens and then the Vikings were heartbreakers. They really were, especially for a team that's trying to get its first win for a new coach and staff. So it was tough. I think the second one was really tougher than the first one, even though the first one was at home and all that. I just think it was sort of can you get a penalty? Can you get a penalty for beating a team piling on like that? Is that like a sort of a team piling on, beating them the same way they've been beaten 2 weeks before that?
Yeah, it's not very fair. Like, football gods, please give the Lions a break. Yeah, I think the second one was harder because you literally cannot believe that another time-expiring field goal is going to go through the uprights and it's going to cost the Lions a win.
You're at the game. Tell the people when they're lined up to kick the ball.
Okay, do you want to know my whole scenario?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I was doing at Minnesota. So my job after a Lions win is to do a post-game interview. I have been clawing to try to interview one of the players after a game because I can only do it after a win. Yeah. I can make my case for losses, but I haven't yet. I'm still new here. I'm a rookie. So I get to interview players after a win. And so it was 2 minutes left. I was in the press conference room. I'm waiting to do our post-game show because I'm like, oh, all right, Lions are losing. There's 2 minutes. There's no way they're going to come back. There's no way they're going to force a fumble, recover the ball, score a touchdown, and then complete a 2-point conversion to Kaderil Hodge, who has never ran that route before or done it in practice. So
ever in his life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as soon as the Lions, I think, after the DeAndre Swift touchdown, I'm in the press conference room, and it is not a short walk to the field. I am in heels. My feet have blisters on them because I am dumb and did not wear tennis shoes this game. So before you know it, I'm running the fastest I possibly can throughout these tunnels in Minnesota to get to the field, and I'm there in time. The 2-point conversion is being completed as I'm walking out there. And I get to the Lions sideline. First off, I could not find the Lions sideline because I'm not down there during games.
Well, so there's only two choices.
I know. And I'm like, wait, where is my camera guy? I need the camera to do this post-game interview. So I finally found the Lions sideline. So, yeah, and I did not watch the field goal because I didn't watch the Baltimore one either. So my back is turned, and I am only getting the result based on the fans and their reactions. So I died inside a little bit because I'm like, there goes my post-game interview. So I didn't watch it.
Well, I'm glad you were thinking about yourself.
So I'm going to watch the next field goal, actually, and hopefully the tides will turn.
Yeah, I did not see the ball hit the first one, the 66-yarder against the Ravens. I didn't see it hit the crossbar.
I had no idea what happened.
But I could see the kicker with his arms up in the air.
Yep.
And I took that as he won, which he did.
They did.
The second one, it was dead straight. It was in.
55-yarder, say less.
That was in from the minute he got out of the car to the stadium.
Right.
It was just good.
He's like, I'm gonna go kick a game-winning field goal.
But yeah, that was a killer. And then he got the reaction from the head coach Dan Campbell, and the people have been talking about that. And the Lions don't get an awful lot of positive stuff over the years, but this time I think people have warmed to Dan Campbell. I really believe that.
I think they've been doing that since training camp.
Yeah.
Because just coming in here and every time, well, not every time you look at SportsCenter, but ESPN, there was a Dan Campbell quote or presser bite on SportsCenter and ESPN. Everyone's like, oh, the Lions are never on this. I'm like, okay. So I think they've been warming up to it for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I think this, excuse me, and I wrote this on we have a Monday column called What We Learned. I'm sorry, it comes out on Tuesday. I write it Monday. Mm-hmm. And this one, my lead on it was about Dan Campbell. And I said, the guy you see, with the tears and all of that, choking back tears, that's the real Dan Campbell.
Yep.
So is the one who's completely composed on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. That's the real Dan Campbell. Mm-hmm. He is what he is. He's real. And he's real at the moment. And I think that's a good quality to have as a head coach. It's a good quality to have in leadership of any sort of a leadership role. And part of that is because when he has something to tell a player, he tells him to his face and he tells him the truth. And the players know that. Now, look, they don't like getting cut, but there's a way to do it.
Yes.
There's a way to tell that you're going to change your job. You're going to move from right to left or whatever. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be a starter anymore. You're going to be the slot corner, whatever. But he tells them, and he looks them in the eye, and he tells them, and he explains it to them, and that's the way it is. And I think people live with that. May not like it all the time, but they understand it and they live with it.
That was a great article too, by the way, Mike. I read that, and it was great from start to end. It really was.
And that'll be $5.95. Thank you very much.
I know. Mike needs his commission, but I like what you just.
Give you the money now. Okay.
He's reaching into his pockets, folks. Grabs nothing. Okay, quarterback Joe Burrow suffered a throat contusion against Green Bay. I read something. They aren't even sure which play that he suffered that on, but I feel like if you're hit in the throat, you're going to know. So he must have been hit in the throat like multiple times.
You would think, at least, you would think you would know. And probably when he went back and looked at the video, probably was able to isolate it. I always wondered about quarterbacks with all the yelling they do in practice, calling out plays and games. It's a 5-day-a-week job to yell, at the top of your lungs. I wonder if they're hoarse by the end of the season. Speaking of horses, but I wonder if they're hoarse by the end of the season. I've always wondered that.
I know. I think we need to follow up with Jared Goff after
Such
week
great
17.
insight I bring to this weekly gig, isn't it?
No, that was a great question. It's just their one job. Yeah. Well, they have a few jobs, but a big job is getting the cadence out and the play call out. You don't do that when you're on voice rest for the entire week, not talking to media, because there's a likelihood you may not be able to talk on game day.
Look, is it perfect? No.
No.
But there are a lot of things, let's say the offense runs 65 plays. There are a lot of things in those 65 plays that aren't perfect, including the quarterback. But I'll tell you, not to change the subject, but this is really one of the stars. He might even be one of the stars of the present, but certainly of the future. And the way he gets rid of the ball, he can really cover the whole field. He can throw it anywhere you want it. And I wouldn't call him a running quarterback, but he's quick. He operates well in the pocket, and he's got 2 or 3, good, solid, serviceable receivers, like Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and so on, and a good running back in Joe Mixon, and then he's got Ja'Marr Chase. My goodness, I in one of my pre-draft mock drafts, I had the Lions taking Ja'Marr Chase, only because I was told by somebody who works for the Bengals that the Bengals were going to take Penny Sewell.
And they were going to?
Were going to. And that made a lot of sense considering, the beating that Joe Burrow took in his rookie year. He played 10 games, went out with a knee injury, just got absolutely just beat to heck.
Yep.
I wouldn't say heck, but I said this is.
You said heck.
I'm being nice.
Yeah.
And he thought, well, you're going to come back and protect your quarterback. Well, how do you protect your quarterback? Get rid of the ball to a guy who can stretch the field.
Why not?
Look, he's got 43 catches, 450-some yards, and he's averaging 19.8 yards
a reception. We just finished each other's sentences now.
Boy, we're doing harmony.
Wow. Here. Yeah. No, I saw those stats, and they're a little frightening. I'm not going to lie. However, those are similar stats that Justin Jefferson has. Yep. Minnesota Vikings. The Lions just schemed for. Did Jefferson get away with 100+ receiving yards in the first half? Yes. So what needs to happen so that does not happen with Ja'Marr Chase?
Well, first of all, they did a pretty good job on Justin Jefferson in the second half.
Correct.
In fact, the entire offense.
Yep.
This is a different guy, though. He really is. He was the pedigree. And, they both went to play at LSU.
Oh, yeah. They are all. Oh, yeah. Listen, the goal is always to limit the amount of LSU touchdown dances we see here on Sunday. Yeah. That's the goal. It really is for the entire season.
Well, Minnesota's playing playing the Lions again later. Well, I guess it's the last game of the season. No, it's Thanksgiving Day, I think.
No,
or is that
we
Chicago?
play Bears. I don't know.
Whatever,
Are you gonna?
they're coming.
There's 17 weeks. I'm supposed to memorize all of them?
Yeah.
No.
You're supposed to know things.
No,
That's why I
correct.
come here.
Yeah. No, me too.
I do a little talking and then.
Look at Derek Heitman with who the horse is. Sunday, December 5th.
Oh, okay.
Is when we see another LSU guy. I don't know. I haven't checked all the rosters, but another for sure an LSU guy.
Yeah, the Lions have already played 3 of their division opponents. And
Yep.
they got the rematches coming up. But this guy's different. He really is. It's been a lot of guys get drafted high. A lot of receivers get drafted high, and they're good. You know, look, you get drafted that high, you've got skills. But he's got something special. I went on their website. I think it was Monday, and I think I went Monday and Tuesday just to listen to some of their interviews. I like to just hear how guys carry themselves.
Yes.
You know, when they're getting asked questions that are kind of off the script. And he was good. He really was. Now he's not polished yet, but he will be. You can tell there's something thoughtful about him, and he thinks things through a little bit, and gives you answers. He's not making bulletin board statements or whatever it is. And it's just the kind of guy you like. You know, really. I'm talking about Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And
Joe
Joe
he's been on the
Burrow's
big
a lot
stage.
like that too.
Both of them.
Yeah. That's a 1-2 to be reckoned with for a long time.
Sheesh. Can you ever imagine those two getting separated?
Well, it happens, contracts and teams have to make choices and injuries and so on. And look, the Bengals are in a bit of a rebirth, and they should be. I think they've had, 5 losing seasons, and they started, with their, they were 2-14 a year ago and 4-11-1 last year,
Yep.
but they're 3-2. It's been an okay 3-2. One of those wins was really a forfeit from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I consider it a forfeit.
Yeah, do you?
Until they win a game, What am I talking about?
I'm gonna say, please,
Stop.
Do not throw rocks at a glass house. Let's not do that.
Or a broken glass that's half full.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you just think. If anyone wants to blame anyone, it's Mike O'Hara. Okay, let's talk about this Lions team. I mean, Quintez Cephas.
Out for the year, probably.
IR.
Yeah, out for the year, probably.
He was really starting to hit his stride.
He really was. He's a guy who knows how to play ball. And he's, as you know, when he was did the workout for the combine, he ran like a 4.73 or something, 40, and you would think that people were waiting for him to turn the lights back on. Here he comes.
I know.
But it is slow. But the other guys have run that before. The great Anquan Bolden had more than 1,000 catches, finished his career here in Detroit, but it ran a similar 40. But the thing about him is he knows how to play football, and he plays as I asked Jared Goff about him a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I don't know what his 40 time is for the combine, but he plays fast. Yeah, and he really does. He can change direction without slowing down. Not everybody can do that. He doesn't have to shuffle through a route to change direction. He's fairly rangy. He's got long arms. He's got big, strong hands, and he competes, and he can jump. Got a 39 vertical. I looked that up, not making it up. And so I thought, he was a guy who was going to be a good second or third receiver for you until you get a number one. Right. But on his own, he was going to make plays for the Detroit Lions. He really was. Yeah, he was. In fact, had made plays. Not star quality or anything like that, but the kind of guy who's going to play 8 or 10 years in the league and really have a good career. Yep. So Cephas was placed on IR Tuesday with a broken collarbone. Coach Dan Campbell says he will miss a significant amount of time. Going into Minnesota, center Frank Ragnow had already been down for the count. We didn't know how long with a toe injury suffered against Chicago, but he just had surgery this week. It went well. He did not want to do the surgery because this specific injury, this rehab, can take up to a year. So Lions will not see Frank Ragnow again until 2022. Next man up, Evan Brown. Best center in football, too. And I've heard multiple people say he's the best player on this Detroit Lions team. Well, he is. Yeah, yes. He is. Huge loss. Big loss. Yeah, it's a tremendous loss, especially the center. I mean, look, everything you do is that you start the game. You start the play. The center, Great snap to the quarterback, and you got to have everybody lined up. You do all that, listen for the cadence, and you make corrections and changes and all that. And now they don't have that. You're missing 3.5 years of institutional knowledge of football from Frank Ragnow for the Detroit Lions. So, I think Evan Brown did okay. Yeah. okay. I don't think certainly wasn't the path to the quarterback or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they might have taken advantage of him a little bit in the last couple of minutes, before the two drives that won the game for him. But I thought he was a representative player.
Yeah. And then along that offensive line, Taylor Decker, left tackle, who's been out, has not played a regular season game.
Yeah, like we said a couple of weeks ago, that great offensive line they were supposed to have hasn't played a down together.
I think I saw a stat. What did they bump down to? That offensive line unit, I guess whatever rankings you want to pay attention to. I think they dropped down to 23, and they were up in the top third.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Before that. So the good news is left tackle Taylor Decker, he is starting to come back to practice this week.
Got a couple of days of practice as we talk here on Thursday.
Yep. Yeah. And so they are hoping to get him back into the lineup. Penei Sewell, he is off the practice reports.
Yeah,
I know he was a little bumped up after Chicago, but went in there against Minnesota and got the job done. So, what's the strongest point on this Lions offense right now?
The strongest point on the offense,
with so many injuries, people down.
Oh, the running backs are without question to me, and the ability of DeAndre Swift to catch the ball out of the backfield, with him and Jamaal Williams. I think it's really a good one too. I think DeAndre Swift has star quality. Not there yet, but it's in him.
For sure.
It really is. Jamaal Williams, really good, solid football player. He's got
consistent.
He's got 250-some yards rushing in 5 games. That's good.
Yes.
50 yards a game is going to get you up in the 800, 900 range. Mm-hmm. That's good for a number 2 back.
Yep.
But Swift is something. He's different. He can change pace without without slowing down. I like that. You saw the touchdown run that set him up for the 2-point conversion. I mean, he was gone. He was a blur.
Yep.
And there was another run in that sequence just before that where he just ran somebody over.
That's the thing. He's a
powerful dude. Yeah.
There's Swaggy and Swifty, Jamaal and DeAndre, but they're also called Thunder and Lightning. Yeah. Jamaal is Thunder. DeAndre's Lightning. However,
with a little thunder
because he can catapult himself over defenders, but he can also run people down. Is that going into some of your star talk?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a really versatile guy with multiple skills. Can catch the ball, he can run it, and then when he has to, he can put his head down or whatever you do legally. And slightly illegally run somebody down. Get out of my way. I'm coming. If you don't like it,
get out the way.
If you don't like it, step aside.
Yeah. Do we see the return of T.J. Hawkinson this week?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do we?
Oh, you mean the return of the T.J. Hawkinson?
The T.J. Hawkinson,
not the one who's had 10 catches in the last, or 8 catches in the last 2 games.
Yes. No, we're talking about the one who has 8 catches in one game.
And the 8 catches the second game too.
Back to back. Do we see that, T.J.?
Well, better, I think a lot of it's up to him. When I say that, it's how he handles the double teams and all that, which I can see him getting. Mm-hmm. I think teams rightfully think we can single cover the rest of the guys, and then whatever we got left over here, we're gonna assign it to T.J. Hawkinson. But maybe I said this last week, but I'm going to repeat it again. John Madden did I think NBC and Fox or whoever it was. He was their color analyst and probably one of the best ever, and they were doing one of those pregame chats with the team they were covering. It was Michael Irvin, the Hall of Fame receiver, the Dallas Cowboys, and Irvin was complaining about being double teamed. I just, they're double teaming me, and my stats are down. And John Madden, the old coach of the Raiders, one of the great coaches, said, "You want to be great, beat the double team."
Yeah, let's not complain about it.
Yeah, just beat it.
Right.
And Irvin took that to heart.
Do you want to get that phone call? Who is it? Can you answer it? Oh man. It won't enlighten us.
Catch him later.
Dang it.
You can cut that out, right?
No, I'm going to leave it.
You want people to know that I actually have a friend somewhere?
We want people to know that your phone is off the hook, Mike O'Hara. No, I'm definitely leaving it. Okay, so maybe we'll see TJ. He's got to beat the double coverage. Okay.
Got to.
All right, let's quickly talk this defense. Coach Dan Campbell said it was their best defensive effort against Minnesota. Why?
I would say so. I think in the second half until the last possession.
That last possession.
Until the last possession.
Yes.
Yeah, where they went, 48 yard, whatever it was.
Deja vu.
Too big, a big run. And there was a dump off and two long passes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you got to rise to the moment. You know,
know.
they really do, and they didn't do that. Now, they rose to the moment as a team.
Right.
But in that particular sequence there. the offense didn't. I'm sorry, the defense didn't quite get it done. I think we gave up maybe a little bit too much on that first play, the pass over the middle to Allen Thielen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a little soft there. There's a lot of talk about the last play, the third, where a 3-man rush. A lot of teams do it. I don't like it. I want you to come with your hair on fire, after the quarterback.
And get the quarterback, yes.
Yeah, and just trample him.
So, yep, no, we've heard a lot about the 3-man rush. Do you think the Lions attack that scenario differently going forward, having it had done twice so far this season, and both times they've been beat?
Well, the 66-yarder you can't count.
Okay, fine.
But I would think so.
Okay.
But it depends on who you're playing and what they have.
I mean, we heard from Aaron Glenn today that it's putting his team in the best position to be successful, and he knows his secondary is young, so he wanted to take the most pressure off of them.
Right. Look, there's a reason that coaching staff is here.
Yes.
And the reason is that
why we're not coaches.
Yeah, well, that too. But there's a reason. That's because the team deteriorated the last season and a half. That's what they're picking up is really not a team that's a 5-11 team. That was their record last year. This was not a 5-11 team. I don't think. I think it was probably a 1 and whatever. Yeah. I mean, they were getting just absolutely trashed week after week. The defensively. No, they were okay offense, but defense, no, they were historically bad. Second half of the season it was awful.
This in 2020.
Yeah, in 2020.
So what's the comparison to 2021?
Because they're rebuilding, and I think they're better. I think they're a better team right now than they were in the second half of 2020. Look, they were 3-3 after 6 games in 2020, and look where they ended up. It was awful. It really was. I mean, Thanksgiving Day, they got 46-7 or something like that. I mean,
yikes!
God, I ran out of ink on taking notes about Houston.
Right, you're writing down so many.
Yeah,
points.
I got a cramp in my I got a cramp in my writing finger.
Oh, we cannot have that.
Well, I play with pain all the time.
I know. You're a quarterback. I'll call you a quarterback for that.
Well, you got a raise in pay.
Yeah. No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to.
Thank you. I'm holding out.
Oh, gosh, the bosses will kill me now. Okay, quick question. Amani Oruwariye has been a little limited in practice this week, and, I mean, he's got Jamar Chase on the clock. So are we worried about Amani not being able to go?
No, I think he'll make it.
Okay.
I think he'll make it. Look, just a little bit of practice to watch today, and look, this is the beginning of it. I think he's gonna make it.
No.
But look, I don't think anybody's thrilled to cover. Oh boy, I get to cover Jamar Chase.
Oh boy, yay!
What I've been dreaming about. But look, I actually, to be perfectly honest, probably do look forward to it because they want to play against the best. And
I think so too.
The guy who shut them down.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think Amani probably learned a lot.
Yeah, I don't think they fear anybody. I think they respect what they can do and plan accordingly.
Yep.
But
and Amani literally just saw this last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Bonnie's got a couple interceptions, and he's had a pretty good 3-week stand. And the one guy we can't forget is Charles Harris. Charles Harris,
one of the most consistent guys on that defensive side.
Well, he's got 4 sacks, and it's 1 in each game. 4 games, he's had a sack in each of the 4 games, Danny. And look, sometimes you look at a guy who's got 4 sacks. He's got 3 in one game and 1 in another. And you can say, okay, it's kind of a fluke.
Yep.
He found a weak link and against whoever, New York. And he exploited it, and he got 3 sacks, and then somebody fell down, and he got another one the next week. But when you do it against 4 different quarterbacks, 4 different schemes, 4 different teams, I think that's really something. Mm-hmm. And look, he was a highly regarded player coming out of college, out of Missouri. As a matter of fact, just a little note, maybe I said this before, but bear with me. In my when he came out, I made him the Detroit Lions pick in my mock draft. The Lions took Taylor Decker, and then he went to the Miami Dolphins with the next pick. Charles Harris did. You didn't have
the Lions picking him over Taylor Decker, correct?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I think he was 19th or 18th overall. I forget now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one, but I do like you're close. You're onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we getting to our picks now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's get to the BetMGM picks. Like, give me your score prediction. Let's go, Mike.
There's something about the Lions that I like. Overall, I like the way they play.
You like that? Okay. Wow, that's new this week.
And there's something I like about it in this game. I just don't see the Bengals holding up for a full season. I don't think they're going to run the table on anybody. And look, they're in a tough division. the AFC North. And look, we'll see how they hold up. I'm not writing them off, but I think on Sunday the Detroit Lions are rewarded 27-16. Now that's 13 points. No, it's 11. I'm sorry. Well, my math's a little off. 27-16, which means 11-point lead. No way. You can't kick 4 field goals in a minute, okay?
Try us.
So get out there and get ready to do your interview, would you, please?
Oh, my gosh.
Would you?
I'm glad that you just spoke that into existence. I think that needed to happen, and I'm feeling good right now, Mike. I'm feeling good. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for you.
I don't mind having to run to the field if it ends in a post-game interview.
And don't wear high heels. Wear running shoes.
I know. That was the only game I wore heels in.
That's what you say. I don't believe you.
Season.
You're just covering yourself.
This season. I know. I know. Okay.
Well,
Tennis shoes
anyway.
it is.
Yeah. I like the Lions to win this game. I really do.
Wow. I love that. All right. That was Mike O'Hara. You can read all of his phenomenal articles on DetroitLions.com. They really are phenomenal.
Well, I think Tim Twentyman's phenomenal. I'm one cut below him.
You both, Thunder and Lightning, man, Swaggy and Swifty.
Like that.
You pick which one you want to be. Okay, coming up next on the One Pridecast, outside linebacker Trey Flowers. He came back finally after being down for a couple weeks against Minnesota. Had a great game. I'll talk to him about the recovery process and what he's learned, plus what this team needs to do to get the first win of the season over the Cincinnati Bengals. One Pridecast will be right back. The Lions are introducing flexibility and convenience in paying off your season tickets. Never miss a home game and pay for your tickets in monthly, interest-free payments with our monthly payment plan. Call 313-262-2222 or visit DetroitLions.com to secure your seat today for as low as $43 a month. All right, Trey, Lions missed you there in weeks 3 and 4, rehabbing some injuries. What did you do during that time to get yourself back into this lineup?
I just made sure I was mentally prepared, through film study, going out there watching practice, made sure I stayed engaged so that, when I came back, I didn't miss a beat when it came to the play calls or things like that. And obviously trying to stay in physical condition as well. So.
How hard is it to watch from the sidelines?
Oh, it's definitely difficult. It was a few times, if y'all caught it, that, those games where it was down to the wire and, I'm on the sideline jumping around, yelling, screaming. At one point, I jump and then I forget that, I'm injured, so I got to, kind of slow down and stay composed. But, the emotion was still there, so obviously, it was hard for me to, sit there and watch and, not participate in it. So
You faced a little adversity last season as well, injury that took you out for most of the season. So to have that happen again, where you're sitting out on the sidelines, what are you learning more about yourself when you have to go through those moments?
Just to try to stay mentally positive. If anybody knows me, I'm no good mentally when it comes to injury, but I just got to understand, look at the positive things, look at, try to know that, I'm still blessed, to be able to prepare, to be able to, come back, and, obviously take advantage of being out there, so don't take that for granted that you're able to go out there and perform and things like that. So, make sure that, when you go out there, when you have that opportunity, you take full advantage of it and, be most prepared as possible. So.
You took advantage of the opportunity in Minnesota, a big sack. That was a game changer whenever you can get a big move in like that and a few tackles. So how quickly were you able to acclimate here to come back?
It wasn't too bad. Obviously, the game speed is a lot different from practice speed and, mental preparation. But, you've been doing it so long that you kind of like riding a bike. You kind of just jump in and, make sure you're warmed up. And, it may take a few series to, kind of get the juices flowing, things like that. But, I was ready to go. And, I just tried to do the best I can to help my team win in that situation. So.
Your head coach, Dan Campbell, said that's the best defensive effort he has seen all season. What did you see on the field that you can echo that sentiment?
Like I say, just being prepared. It was plays out there that, from watching film and film study, understanding that, this play is coming. So you can play a little faster, and you're able to, make those plays and, kind of look for plays to come, and then, kind of not out there guessing, I would say. So, obviously that comes with experience. So, I know a lot of guys, they're watching film, they're doing film studies, so they're going to be able to prepare themselves, anticipate plays coming, and they can play fast as well. So
the defensive end was really the side of the ball that was giving this team a chance to win in Minnesota with the big takeaways and setting up that DeAndre Swift touchdown. How are you seeing this defense grow here in 2021?
Yeah, it's definitely promising. Obviously, you start off 0-5, it's kind of hard to, see the positive, and obviously we want to win, and, that's what we come to work for. But, like you said, we see the defense growing. We kind of keying in on the things that change the game, turnovers, stopping the run, things like that control the game. Those are a lot of things that we're keying in, and anytime you can, those big time components of defense that you rank high in them, and they're a top priority, and we out there executing, we'll have a chance at any game we play. So
you just mentioned it, guys are looking for a win. Your head coach says he doesn't allow anchors on his team to bring down the mindset. He's looking at players who have won before, know what winning looks like, coming from a 2-time Super Bowl champ. How do you get a win in that win column?
Sharpen the focus. The margin for error in this league is very, very small. I mean, you look at the losses, we lost by a field goal of 66 yards, and it banked in. So just imagine if it was a centimeter before, so it's small. It's a small margin for error. So we gotta just hone in on that focus on all the small details, and and even if we miss some here and there, we have to win more than we lose. As far as the small games, the small battles, those one-on-one battles, we gotta win more than you lose, and overall you're gonna see those wins pop up in the win column. So
you've got the likes of quarterback Joe Burrow, wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase. They're on the clock. What defensively are you looking forward to the most this weekend against the Bengals?
Obviously they got explosive offense. Even though they're young, they very talented. The run game, got a great running back there. So we're just looking forward to just kind of, executing our responsibilities when it comes to stopping the run, when it comes to, the play calls and things like that. Obviously, giving our offense chance, more opportunities. So we're gonna, that big component of defense, turnover. We're gonna try to get the ball as many times as we can, and just kind of go out there and play fast, tackle well, know that they got dominant offensive weapons. So, it's gonna come to us to, not just one guy make a tackle, but we got to swarm to the ball and play fast and fly around. So.
Show your Lions pride by going authentic with gear from shop.detroitlions.com. For a great selection of t-shirts, hats, jerseys, and novelties with convenient flat rate shipping right to your doorstep, visit shop.detroitlions.com, your 24/7 home for Lions gear. Have you heard running back Jamaal Williams has his own show called Jamaal That? He's everyone's favorite NFL player, and in case you missed an episode so far, here's a snippet. Enjoy.
It's your boy, Jamaal Williams here, and I'm here for episode Trey say. We in here. I got some things for y'all. My top 5 anime characters, my bad. I'll most definitely be a villain, because it just looks fun. And they be having some of the greatest resolves ever, too. Some of them have their good reasons, so I ain't got no problem with it. I'll be with it. But let me give you my top 5, though. Number 5, I'm going to put Inosuke. Inosuke is going to be my number 5, just because I just like my boy. He's all about the fight. All hands, doesn't care. And he just really just get to the business. That's it. Number 4, Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I like Dio just because, oh boy, ruthless. All you hear is meta. And he's just saying useless. You know what I mean? Like you getting beat up and somebody yelling at you, useless? Come on now. All you gonna be doing is, I'm weak. Just hurry up. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? That's my boy Dio. He's just about that stuff. 3, it have to be Pain. You know what I mean? Nagato. He got one of the greatest moves of all time called the Almighty Push. I'm telling you, that thing get loose, pushing everybody. I wish I had that from when I playing. You know what I mean? Get through the line. I see like 2 or 3. Oh, yeah. Almighty God. Man, I'll score every time I get the ball, honestly. Number 2, Kid Buu. That's my boy. I usually like the characters who can't say words. They say no words, very little words, and they really just all about hands, you know? They focus on what they want, trying to find somebody stronger. You know what I mean? That's all they do. And I like it just because it's what I do too, just trying to find things or people the same or higher, sparring with them to make myself better. We going up. Only way we can go is up. May have them down days, but you know, at the end of the day, we going back up. Remember that. And you know, number 1, if you a fan of the Swag Daddy, you should already know who number 1 is. God, I want you to guess it first. Because if you really know me, you should already know this one. I mean, it's right there, you know? Should I still say the word? My boy is Gaara. 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 Remember that name. My boy with the Grandstand Mausoleum. All of that. That's my boy. I've got mine all on here in my hands. I would have swords. I at least have 6 of them like Killer B. And just be flinging them boys like Killer B be doing. That's my boy too. Gotta activate your beast mode. Once every, I'd probably do it like 4 times a week, you know what I mean? Slapping that boy on for a couple of hours, you know? When it's go time, get to going. That's all I'm gonna say. You still gonna learn more about the J-Bug. If you got any questions, next episode is the time, because I will be taking them and I will answer them. So see you later. Episode 3 is a done dilly, and I'll catch you later.
Rory's Cub Club registration is back open for the 2021 season. Get your children in the official Detroit Lions fan club for kids up to age 14. Each Cub Club registration comes with a membership kit filled with one-of-a-kind Detroit Lions items, plus exclusive events and ticket discounts. Visit DetroitLions.com/Cub Club to sign up now. Lions host the Bengals as they search for their first win of the season. Thanks for tuning in to the One Pridecast. I'm Dannie Rogers. We'll see you back here next Friday.